super simple golden Oreo crust with just a stick of butter and crushed Oreos for this magical winter treat. I'll pop this in the fridge, grab 2 mixing bowls, and in each one I'm going to use some white chocolates. So I'll put 3/4 of my bag in my smaller bowl, and then the remaining quarter will go in my larger bowl along with a second full bag. So I'll just dump it right in there, easy peasy. And I love the Ghirardelli. It's the closest thing to a natural chocolate. I'll melt these down in the microwave 30 seconds at a time. Let's do it. These are melted down. Let's check them out. All right, I'm just gonna keep my larger bowl for now and grab my spatula just to give it a quick mix so I can just check in on that consistency, make sure we don't have any lumps. Into my warm chocolate, I'll bring some Jet Puff marshmallows, and I'm gonna use this entire bag, and I'm just going to pour it right in there with that warm chocolate. Next, I'm bringing in my sweetened condensed milk. That delicious creamy goodness is gonna go in here with those marshmallows. All right, this treat, I'm telling you, is going to change your life. I know that it already is changing mine. So I have that in, and next, some vanilla extract. All right, I really wanna amp up the flavor in here. So I'm gonna put a teaspoon, we're gonna just measure out right in the cap there, so simple, and just dump it right on top. Voila, easy as can be. I love that you can just measure with the cap, so simple. Okay, and then we're just gonna mix these together, folding that delicious white chocolate and those marshmallows together. And what's so beautiful here is as these flavors start to mix, and that chocolate, because it's still warm, it's gonna soften up those marshmallows, kind of giving them a slightly melty texture. Well, that is well mixed up and my marshmallows are melting. So I'm going to grab my cookie crust here, and I will take my marshmallows and my white chocolate and that sweetened condensed milk, and I'm going to kind of gently dollop it on top of my cookie crumbs here, just like this, okay? So those cookie crumbs are kind of setting up with that butter, so they're gonna have a nice crusty base. Last bit out of there. And then just using my spatula, I'm gonna work the marshmallows kind of into the base. I think that's about as even as I am going to make it. Next, I have Rice Krispies, okay? Now this is our holiday cereal. It's not any particular flavor or anything. It's just a bright, fun color. We've got green, I've got red, and then of course those white Krispies. So I'm just gonna pour enough on here kind of to cover the top, only about a 1/2 inch, maybe even only 1/4 inch or so of my cereal. So like 1.5 cups. Then I wanna flavor it up. I have some Brock's crushed peppermint candy cane. We're gonna sprinkle our candy cane, roughly a 1/2 cup in there with that cereal. Oh my gosh, so festive. Looks awesome. And then I'm just going to give this a quick mix, and I'm just gonna spread it out here in that snap, crackle, and pop. Okay, that cereal seems like it's in a pretty even layer. Now we have that remaining 1/2 bag or 3/4 bag of white chocolate, remember? And now I'm going to take that delicious white chocolate and I'm just going to drizzle it on top here, covering as much surface area. It doesn't have to be beautiful. You just want to get it on there. Oh my goodness, so fun. Mix my chocolate a little bit, grab some parchment paper, and just go ahead and press it down, kind of like you would if you had Rice Krispie treats. And we're just gonna make sure that we kind of have a nice even layer. I don't want gaps and dips. And I find that parchment paper is the easiest way to handle it. Okay, that is awesome. My last step here, this is powdered sugar, and I'm gonna take my powdered sugar. Now this is a whole cup. I don't think I'm gonna need a whole cup, but I'm gonna just powder, I'm just gonna sprinkle some powdered sugar. This is gonna be like snow, okay? I'm gonna put this right on top of everything. This is gonna get rid of that stickiness that may or may not be left on top from that white chocolate. I'm gonna tap it out. You know what? I used the whole thing. Who cares? And I'm just gonna spread that white that powdered sugar all across the top. I'll just spread it out over that white chocolate and those Krispies. Oh my goodness, how much fun is this? Okay. This will go into my refrigerator so it can fully cool and settle up. I'm so excited. The Christmas crackles out of the fridge. Let's check it out. Would you look at that? It looks exactly the same, but it's fully set. So let's grab a knife here and I'm gonna come in and just give it a slice. Oh man, that is cool. It's so crunchy and crisp, but I can feel those soft layers in there as well. Come back, let's get some squares cut here. Oh my goodness, look at that. We got our crust on the bottom, that marshmallowy layer, and then when you break it open, we get that delicious snowfall effect. So fun and so awesome. Let's give this a taste. Wow. That is good. It's crunchy, kind of like ice, and soft like a cloud. Oh man. Let me know what you think in the comments. And don't forget, share this recipe with your friends. It's too good.